The alarm bells rang through Kepler Station like angry wasps. Jake Harrison dropped his coffee and ran to the control room. His boots hit the metal floor hard as red lights flashed everywhere. "What's happening?" Jake asked as he burst through. The door. Amy Walsh looked up from her screens. Her face was pale. "Commander, we have a ship coming in fast, too fast. It's going to crash." Jake moved to the main screen. Outside the small window, he could see nothing but stars and the dark rock of the asteroid they called home. Kepler Station was just a tiny outpost on the edge of known space. Nothing ever happened here. Until now. "Can we talk to them?" Jake asked. "I've tried every channel." No answer, Amy said. Her fingers moved fast over the controls. "Wait, I'm getting something. It's not human tech, Commander." The screen lit up with strange symbols. Then it went dark. "Impact in 30 seconds, called out Ryan Cooper from his engineering station. "Whatever it is, it's big." Jake grabbed the wall rail as the station shook. The crash wasn't as bad as he thought it would be. The ship had hit the docking bay, but the station held together. "Everyone okay?" Jake asked. Dr. Lisa Martinez came running in. "I felt that all the way in the medical bay. What hit us?" "Unknown ship," Jake said. "Lisa, get your medical kit. We might have injured people." They all moved toward the docking bay. Jake had never seen an alien before. Nobody on his crew had. Earth had been looking for other life for hundreds of years, but this was the first real contact. The docking bay doors hissed open. Inside, a strange ship sat broken and smoking. It was silver and smooth, nothing like human ships. Parts of it glowed with soft blue light. "Air is good," Ryan said, checking his scanner. "But there's radiation coming from that ship." Jake could hear sounds from inside the vessel, soft crying sounds, not human but close enough to make his heart hurt. "Stay back," Jake told his crew. He walked to the ship slowly. A hole had been torn in its side. He could see movement inside. Two shapes moved in the shadows. They looked like cats, but they stood on two legs like humans. One was bigger than the other. Both had fur that looked like gold and silver mixed together. Their eyes were huge and amber-colored. The bigger one saw Jake and made a sound. It was trying to talk, but Jake couldn't understand the words. The smaller one lay still on the floor. Its chest moved up and down very fast. "Lisa," Jake called softly. "Come here, slowly." Dr. Martinez moved next to Jake. She looked at the two aliens and her medical training took over. "The small one is in bad shape. The big one has burns on its arms and face." The bigger alien looked at Lisa and then at Jake. It pointed to the smaller one and made more sounds. Jake didn't need to understand the words, the meaning was clear. "Help. Can we move them?" Jake asked Lisa. "I don't know if it's safe. We don't know anything about their biology." Jake looked at the bigger alien again. It was clearly female, though he couldn't say how he knew. Her eyes were full of fear and pain, but not for herself. For the smaller one. "They're sisters," Jake said quietly. "Look at how she watches over the little one." The bigger alien seemed to understand some of what Jake said. She nodded once and touched the smaller alien's face gently. "Get the emergency stretcher," Jake told Ryan. "We're bringing them to medical." "Commander," Amy said, "regulations say we should call Earth Command first. Get permission." Jake looked at the two aliens. The smaller one's breathing was getting worse. "Earth Command is 3 days away by fastest message. These people don't have 3 days." "What if they're dangerous?" Ryan asked. The bigger alien heard the fear in Ryan's voice. She moved to put herself between her sister and the humans. Even hurt and scared, she was trying to protect her family. Jake made his decision. "They crashed on our station. They're hurt and scared. We helped them. That's what humans do." Lisa nodded. "I'll need help moving them, and I have no idea what medications might work on them." "We'll figure it out," Jake said. He took a step toward the aliens and held up his empty hands. "We want to help," he said slowly and clearly. The bigger alien watched Jake's face. She seemed to be thinking hard. Then she moved away from her sister and pointed to her. She said something in her own language, but the meaning was clear. Please help her. It took an hour to get both aliens to the medical bay. The bigger one could walk with help. The smaller one had to be carried. Lisa worked quickly, using every scanner and tool she had. The big one has radiation poisoning, Lisa said. Bad, but not deadly. The little one is worse. She's starving, Commander. Really starving. And there's something wrong with her blood. Jake watched the bigger alien sit next to the medical bed where her sister lay. She held the smaller one's hand and sang something soft and sad. What can we do? Jake asked. I don't know. Human medicine might kill them. Or it might save them. I need time to study their biology. How much time does the little one have? Lisa looked at her readings again. Maybe 2 days, maybe less. Jake looked at their supply room through the open door. They had food for 6 months, medical supplies for a year. It was meant to last until the next supply ship came. Use whatever you need, Jake told Lisa. Food, water, anything. If they can eat our food, give it to them. Commander, Amy said, if we use our emergency supplies, we'll figure it out later, Jake said. Right now we have 2 people who need help. We're going to help them. The bigger alien looked up when she heard Jake talking. Her amber eyes met his. She didn't understand his words, but she understood his tone. He was trying to save her sister. For the first time since the crash, the bigger alien stopped looking scared. She looked hopeful instead. Jake didn't know it yet, but that moment changed everything. Not just for his small crew on a forgotten station, for all of humanity, and for the vast alien empire that was about to learn what humans were really like. 3 days passed on Kepler Station. Jake had not slept well since the aliens arrived. Every few hours he checked on them in the medical bay. The bigger alien had started to get better. Dr. Lisa Martinez had found that human radiation medicine worked on her, just in smaller doses. But the smaller alien was getting worse. Her name is Kaya, the bigger alien said one morning. Jake nearly dropped his coffee cup. You can speak English? Some words. I listened to your doctor. I learn fast. The alien's voice was soft with a strange musical quality. My name is Lyra. I'm Jake. Commander Jake Harrison. Lyra nodded. You are the leader. You decide to help us. Yes. How is Kaya today? Lyra's ears drooped. Jake had learned that meant she was sad. She is dying, Jake Harrison. Your medicine helps me, but not her. Lisa looked up from her medical scanner. Her body is shutting down. She needs food, but she can't eat our food. It makes her sicker. Jake sat down next to Lyra. Tell me about your people. What do you normally eat? We eat, how do you say, energy foods. Foods with much power. Your foods have no power for us. What kind of energy? Lisa asked. Lyra thought for a moment. Like your electricity, but in food. Lisa and Jake looked at each other. Glucose, Lisa said suddenly. She needs pure glucose, simple sugars that convert to energy fast. We don't have medical glucose here, Jake said. No, but we have something else. Lisa ran to the supply room. She came back with a small bottle. This is for our plants, pure plant sugar supplements, if I can convert this. Lyra watched as Lisa worked. You would use your plant food for Kaya? Plants can grow new food, Jake said. Kaya can't grow a new life. For 2 more days, Lisa tried different combinations of plant supplements and human vitamins. Lyra stayed by Kaya's side, singing to her in their own language. Amy Walsh brought them food and water. How long can she last? Amy asked quietly. Not long, Lisa said. But I think I found something that might work. She had mixed plant glucose with human electrolytes and some vitamins. The mixture looked like green soup. This might kill her, Lisa told Lyra honestly. Or it might save her. Lyra looked at her dying sister. Kaya had not opened her eyes in a full day. She dies anyway if we do nothing. Lisa gave Kaya the mixture through a feeding tube. They all waited. Ryan Cooper came by every few hours to check the air systems and power. Never thought I'd be worried about aliens, he said to Jake. But that little one, she reminds me of my niece back home. On the 6th day, Kaya opened her eyes. Lyra cried. Jake had never seen an alien cry before. Her tears looked just like human tears. Thank you, Lyra whispered to Lisa. Thank you, thank you. Lisa smiled and checked Kaya's vital signs. She's not out of danger yet, but she's fighting now. Kaya was very weak, but she could speak a few words in English. Amy had been playing language lessons on the computer, and both aliens learned quickly. You are humans, Kaya said in a small voice. Yes, Jake said. We're humans, Lyra said. You gave your food to me. Your plant food. Jake knelt down next to her bed. Yes, plants can grow more food. You can't grow a new life. Kaya looked confused. Lyra explained something in their language. Then Kaya's eyes got very wide. Your people do this? Help strangers? Sometimes, Jake said. When we can. My people would not do this, Kaya said softly. We would say, not our species, not our problem. Lyra looked uncomfortable. Kaya speaks truth. We think only of our own kind. Other species are less important. Well, Amy said, you're learning about humans now. We think all life is important. Over. The next few days, both aliens got stronger. Lyra could walk around the station. Kaya could sit up and eat the special mixture Lisa had made. Ryan showed them how the station worked. We get power from solar collectors, water from ice mining, food from gardens. You grow your own food? Lyra asked. Have to. Supply ships only come twice a year. Lyra translated for Kaya. They had a long discussion in their own language. What are they talking about? Jake asked Amy. I caught a few words. Something about honor and debt. That evening, Lyra found Jake in the observation room. Through the big window, they could see stars and the dark side of the asteroid. Jake Harrison, Lyra said, I must tell you something important. What is it? In our culture, when someone saves a family member, it creates life debt. The saved person owes their life to the saver. But more than that, the whole family owes the saver. Jake frowned. You don't owe us anything. We just did what was right. This is why the debt is so strong, Lyra said. You ask for nothing. You do good because it is good. This is not known among my people. What do you mean? We help our own kind because we must, but we help others only for trade. For advantage. You help us because we need help, nothing more. Jake looked out at the stars. That's just being human, Lyra. No, Lyra said firmly. That is being better than most species in the galaxy, including mine. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, when Kaya is well, rescue ships will come for us. My people will want to know why you helped us. What will you tell them? The truth, that humans are different, that humans are good. Jake smiled. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. We fight among ourselves sometimes. But you saved Kaya. You used your own food, your own medicine. You risked your lives to help strangers. Lyra's voice was full of wonder. This is not common in the galaxy, Jake Harrison. This is special. 2 weeks after the crash, Kaya could walk short distances. Both aliens were learning English quickly. They helped with simple tasks around the station. I've been thinking, Lisa said to Jake one day. When their rescue ships come, they'll take the aliens back to their home world. Yes, that's good. They'll be safe. But Jake, think about what this means. First contact with aliens. The government will want to study everything. They'll want to know every detail about their technology, their culture, their biology. Jake looked toward the medical bay, where Lyra was helping Kaya with walking exercises. They're not specimens, Lisa, they're people. They have names and feelings and family. I know that. You know that. But Earth Command might see them differently. Jake made a decision. Then Earth Command doesn't need to know everything. We saved 2 lives. That's what matters. What if their people are hostile? What if we just helped enemies of humanity? Jake watched Lyra carefully support her sister's steps. He heard Kaya laugh at something Amy said. Look at them, Lisa. Really look at them. Do they seem like enemies to you? Lisa watched the aliens interact with the crew. No. They seem like family trying to take care of each other. Exactly like humans would do. That night, Jake couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about what Lyra had said, about how humans were different. Special. He didn't feel special, he just felt human. But maybe that was the point. 4 weeks had passed since the crash. Kaya was now strong enough to walk around the entire station. Lyra had learned to speak English very well. The small crew of Kepler Station had gotten used to having aliens among them. Tell us about your homeworld, Amy asked one evening during dinner. Lyra and Kaya sat at the table with the humans eating Lisa's special mixture. They had tried human food, but it still made them sick. Our world is called Zephyr Prime, Lyra said. It has 3 suns and no night. The cities are built in the clouds. In the clouds? Ryan asked. How is that possible? We have technology. You do not have yet, Kaya said. Her English was getting better every day. We can make metal float in the air. Jake leaned forward. How long has your species had space travel? Many thousand years, Lyra said. We have been to hundreds of worlds. We have seen many other species. What are they like? Lisa asked. Lyra and Kaya exchanged glances. Most are simple. They think small thoughts. They cannot build ships or make tools. What about species like us? Amy asked. Smart enough to talk to. There are some, Lyra admitted, but they are not. She searched for the right word. Not what? Not worth knowing, Kaya said quietly. The humans looked uncomfortable. Jake put down his fork. What do you mean? Lyra sighed. My people believe we are the best species, the smartest, the strongest, the most honorable. Other thinking species are less than us. But you don't think that about us, Ryan said. No, Lyra said quickly. You are different. You proved that when you saved Kaya. How did we prove it? Jake asked. Lyra thought carefully. Other species, when they help someone, they want something back. Trade, information, favor. You ask for nothing. You give your food to strangers. You use your medicine on people you never saw before. You risk your lives for us, Kaya added. Jake, you broke your own rules to help us. Amy told me about regulations. Jake looked embarrassed. It was the right thing to do. Yes, Lyra said, hitting the table softly. This is what makes you special. You do right thing because it is right, not because of rules or trade or fear. But surely some other species are like that too, Lisa said. No, Lyra said sadly. I have traveled to many worlds with the war fleets. I have seen many species. None are like humans. War fleets? Amy asked. Lyra looked uncomfortable. My job before the crash. I was a warrior, a scout for the war commanders. The humans looked at each other. Are your people at war? Jake asked carefully. Not war like you think, Kaya said. We take worlds from lesser species. They usually do not fight much. You conquer other species? Ryan asked. We bring them into the Empire, Lyra said. We give them protection and order. In return, they serve us. Jake felt a chill run down his back. What would happen if your people found Earth? Lyra was quiet for a long moment. Before I came here, I would have said Earth would become part of the Empire. Humans would serve us. And now? Now I think humans would fight, and I think maybe humans would win. Why? Lisa asked. Because you are different. You think different. You care about strangers. This makes you strong in ways my people do not understand. Over the next few days, the cultural exchange continued. Lyra taught Ben Rogers about Zephyrian technology. Ben was amazed by their energy systems and ship designs. This power core could run our whole station for 100 years, Ben said, looking at Lyra's sketches. It is small technology for us, Lyra said. But I see how your machines work too. They are simpler, but they are made with great care. You build things to last. We have to. We don't have many resources out here. This is good thinking. My people have so much technology. We do not always think about making it last. Kaya spent time with Amy learning about human culture and history. You had wars between your own people? Kaya asked, reading about World War II. Yes. Terrible wars. Millions died. But you stopped fighting each other? Mostly. We still have arguments, but we try to solve them with words, not weapons. How did you learn to do this? Amy thought about it. I think we learned that fighting each other was stupid. We had bigger problems to solve. Hunger, disease, exploring space. My people never had this problem. We never fought each other, but we also never learned to care about other species. Maybe that's why humans are different, Amy said. We learned that everyone matters, even enemies. Because today's enemy might be tomorrow's friend. One evening, Jake found Lyra in the observation room again. She was looking out at the stars. Thinking about home? Jake asked. Thinking about what I will tell them when rescue comes. What do you mean? Lyra turned to face him. My mate Thane leads one of the war fleets. When our ship did not return, he would have started looking for us. That's good. He loves you. Yes, but he also hates other species. All other species. When he finds us here with you, Jake felt worried. What will he do? I do not know. Maybe nothing, if I can convince him you are different. But maybe. She trailed off. Maybe what? Maybe he will think you contaminated us. Made us weak by showing us kindness. Jake sat down next to her. Are we in danger? I will not let him hurt you, Lyra said firmly. You saved my sister. That creates a bond stronger than any law. What kind of bond? Life debt. In our culture, if someone saves your family, you owe them everything. Your life, your honor, your loyalty. Forever. We don't want your life or your loyalty, Jake said. We just wanted to help. I know. This makes the debt even stronger. They sat in silence for a while, watching the stars. Lyra, Jake said finally. What's your mate like? Thane is a great warrior. He has conquered 12 worlds. He is strong and brave and honorable by our laws. But he thinks all non-Zephyrians are animals. Smart animals maybe, but still animals. What do you think now? Lyra looked at Jake. I think humans are not animals. I think humans might be better than Zephyrians in some ways. How? You are braver than us. Real brave. We fight enemies who are weaker than us. You fight to protect people who cannot protect themselves. You risk everything for strangers. Jake smiled. We're not that special, Lyra. Yes, you are, she said. And when Thane comes, I will make him see this, even if it costs me everything. What do you mean? Among our people, females can challenge males to combat if they disagree about honor. If I win, he must accept my judgment. Jake looked alarmed. You would fight your own mate? To protect you? Yes. You saved Kaya. That makes you family now. Jake didn't know what to say. The idea that someone would fight their own husband to protect strangers was hard to understand. But then he realized something. If aliens had saved one of his crew, he would do the same thing. Maybe humans and Zephyrians weren't so different after all. They just cared about different things. Or maybe Jake thought they were about to learn to care about the same things. 6 weeks had passed since the crash. The routine on Kepler Station had changed completely. Lyra and Kaya were now part of the daily life. They helped with tasks, shared meals with the crew, and told stories about the galaxy. But Jake could see that Lyra was getting worried. Every day she looked out at the stars more often. She asked Amy to teach her how to use the station's communication system. Still no word from your people? Jake asked one morning. No, this is unusual. Rescue should have come by now. Lyra's ears were flat against her head. Jake had learned this meant she was very worried. Kaya was in the medical bay with Lisa, learning about human medicine. She wanted to understand how Lisa had saved her life. Lyra, Jake said carefully, what happens if rescue doesn't come? It will come. Thane will never stop looking for us. But what if something happened to your ship's emergency beacon? What if they don't know where to look? Lyra hadn't thought about this. The beacon, it could be damaged. We crashed hard. Can we fix it? Maybe. But Jake, if we fix it, your mate will find us. Yes, and I still do not know what he will do when he sees humans taking care of us. That evening, Lyra worked with Ben Rogers to repair the emergency beacon from her ship. The technology was far beyond anything humans had, but Ben was a quick learner. This power crystal is cracked, Ben said. That's why it wasn't sending signals. Can you fix it? I can try. But Lyra, are you sure about this? Lyra looked toward the medical bay where Kaya was laughing at something Amy had said. Kaya is healthy now. She needs to go home, and Thane needs to learn about humans. Even if it's dangerous for us, I will not let him hurt you, Lyra said. I promise this. Ben worked on the beacon for 3 days. On the 4th day, it started sending signals again. It's working, Ben told Jake. If there are any Zephyrian ships looking for them, they'll find us now. Jake called a meeting with his crew. We need to talk about what happens next. They gathered in the main conference room. Lyra and Kaya sat with the humans. The beacon is fixed, Jake said. Rescue will come soon. How soon? Amy asked. Days, maybe hours, Lyra said. Zephyrian ships are very fast. Ryan looked nervous. Should we call Earth Command? Ask for military support? No, Jake said quickly. If warships show up, Lyra's people will think we're hostile. Are we in danger? Lisa asked. Lyra and Kaya exchanged glances. Thane is not easy to predict, Lyra said. He might see you as heroes who saved us, or he might see you as aliens who contaminated us. What's the difference? Amy asked. If he sees you as heroes, you will be honored and protected forever. If he sees you as contaminants. Lyra didn't finish. We'll be destroyed, Jake said quietly. I will not let this happen, Lyra said firmly. How can you stop it? Ryan asked. You said he commands warships. I have rights under our law. If I disagree with his decision, I can challenge him. Challenge him how? Lisa asked. Combat. Single combat. If I win, he must accept my judgment about you. The humans looked shocked. You would fight your own husband? Amy asked. To protect the people who saved my sister? Yes. Kaya reached over and took her sister's hand. I will fight too if needed. No, Lyra said. You are still recovering. And besides, this is my debt to pay. That night, Jake couldn't sleep. He walked to the observation room and found Lyra there, as usual looking out at the stars. Can't sleep either? Jake asked. I am thinking about what I will say to Thane. Jake sat next to her. Tell me about him. Really tell me. What's he like? Lyra was quiet for a long moment. He is a good mate. Strong, brave, loyal to our people. He has never lost a battle. But he sees other species as things, not people. Tools to be used, problems to be solved. What changed your mind about us? You. Lyra turned to look at Jake. That first day when Kaya was dying, you made a choice. You broke your rules to help strangers. You risked your safety for people you had never seen before. Anyone would have done the same. No, Jake, that is the point. Anyone would not. Most species would have followed their rules. Protected themselves first, asked for permission from their leaders. Some humans would have done that too. But you did not. And your crew followed you without question. This tells me something important. About humans. What? That you choose compassion over safety. You choose what is right over what is easy. They sat in comfortable silence for a while. Then Lyra spoke again, very softly. Jake, I need to tell you something. About what you have done for us. We just helped. It's what people do. No, listen to me. Lyra's voice was urgent now. In our culture, when someone saves a family member's life, it creates the strongest bond possible. Life debt. You mentioned this before. But I did not explain what it really means. Lyra turned to face him fully. The person who was saved owes their life to the saver. But more than that, the saved person's family owes everything to the saver. Everything? Everything. Wealth, loyalty, protection, service. Forever. Jake frowned. We don't want any of that. No. This makes the debt even stronger. Lyra's eyes were bright with unshed tears. Jake, there is something I must offer you. Something I must do to honor the life debt. What? Lyra stood up and walked to the window. For a long moment she just looked out at the stars. Then she turned back to Jake. You fed my sister when she was dying, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. You used your own food, your own medicine. You risked your lives for us. Jake stood up too. Lyra, you don't need to. I'll sell my toy to thank you, human. Jake blinked. Your toy? Tears were running down Lyra's face now. What you call my personal combat machine. My mech. I don't understand. Lyra wiped her eyes. Among warriors, we each have a personal combat mech. It is made specially for us. It is worth more than most planets. It is our most precious possession. And you want to sell it? To pay the life debt. To show proper gratitude for saving Kaya. Jake stared at her. Lyra, we can't accept that. It's too much. That is exactly why the debt is so strong, Lyra said. You refuse valuable gifts. You help without expecting payment. This is unknown among most species. We're not most species. No, you are not. Lyra stepped closer to Jake. Do you know what this means? What your refusal means? Jake shook his head. It means humans are truly noble. Only the highest nobility refuses such gifts. Only the pure of heart help others without expectation. Jake felt uncomfortable with the praise. We're not saints, Lyra. Humans do terrible things sometimes. But not you. Not your crew. You are the best of humanity, and you showed that best to us. What will you tell your mate about this? I will tell him the truth. That humans saved us without asking for reward. That humans are worthy of respect and friendship. And if he disagrees? Lyra's expression hardened. Then I will challenge him, and I will win. How can you be sure? Because I fight for something he does not understand yet. I fight for honor that goes beyond species. I fight for the right of good people to be protected, no matter what world they come from. Jake reached out and put his hand on Lyra's shoulder. You don't have to fight for us. Yes, I do, Lyra said simply. You are family now. Human family. And family protects family. 2 days later, Amy picked up signals on long-range sensors. Commander, she called out. We have ships coming, big ships, and they're moving fast. Jake looked at Lyra. Are you ready? Lyra straightened her shoulders. I am ready. The question is, are they ready to learn about humans? The Zephyrian fleet came out of hyperspace like angry gods. 5 massive warships, each one bigger than Kepler Station, appeared in the space around the asteroid. Their hulls glowed with blue energy, and weapon ports opened like hungry mouths. Jake stood in the control room watching the ships on his screens. His small crew gathered around him. Lyra and Kaya stood together, both looking calm but tense. Incoming transmission, Amy reported. It's loud. Put it through. The main screen filled with the image of a Zephyrian male. He was bigger than Lyra, with silver fur marked by battle scars. His amber eyes burned with anger and authority. I am War Commander Thane of the Imperial Fleet, the alien said in accented English. You will return my mate and her sister immediately. Jake stepped forward. I'm Commander Jake Harrison. Your family is safe. They were injured in a crash, but they're recovering well. Thane's eyes narrowed. You speak our language to them. You contaminate them with your alien words and thoughts. We helped them, Jake said calmly. They were dying. So you claim. Thane's gaze shifted to someone off-screen. Prepare boarding shuttles. Prepare sterilization protocols for the contaminated ones. Thane, no. Lyra stepped into view of the camera. These humans saved our lives. They are honorable. Thane's expression softened slightly when he saw his mate. Lyra, you are alive. Good. We will cleanse the alien contamination from you and Kaya. There is no contamination, Lyra said firmly. There is only gratitude. These humans fed Kaya when she was starving. They used their own medicine to heal us. Because they wanted something in return. All inferior species want something. No. Kaya spoke up, moving next to her sister. They asked for nothing. They gave their food freely. They broke their own rules to help strangers. Thane looked confused. This was clearly not what he had expected to hear. You are confused by their alien tricks, Thane said. I will correct this. All ships, charge weapons, target the station. Red lights began blinking on Jake's control panel. Lisa gasped. Ryan started calculating how long they had before the weapons fired. Wait, Jake said. There's no need for violence. Your family is free to go. We won't stop them. You will not stop us because you cannot stop us, Thane replied. But you have contaminated Imperial citizens. This requires punishment. Lyra stepped fully in front of the camera. Thane, I claim right of challenge. The big alien's eyes went wide. What? Right of challenge. I disagree with your assessment of these humans. I challenge your authority to decide their fate. Lyra, you cannot be serious. You would challenge your own mate? To protect the people who saved my sister's life? Yes. Thane was quiet for a long moment. Jake could see him thinking, calculating. Finally he spoke. You invoke an ancient right. Very well. I will come to your station. We will settle this properly. Alone, Lyra said. What? You come alone. No guards, no weapons beyond what honor requires. This is between us. Thane's scarred face showed surprise and anger. You do not trust me? I do not trust your anger toward these humans. They deserve a fair hearing. Very well. I come alone. But Lyra, if you lose this challenge, the station dies anyway, and you will be banished for dishonoring our bond. I understand. The transmission ended. The weapons on the Zephyrian ships powered down, but the ship stayed in attack formation. Jake turned to Lyra. Are you sure about this? No, Lyra said honestly. Thane has never lost a fight. He is bigger, stronger, and more experienced than me. Then why challenge him? Because some things are more important than winning. An hour later, a small shuttle docked with Kepler Station. Thane came aboard alone, as promised. He wore ceremonial armor and carried 2 energy blades at his sides. Jake met him in the docking bay with his crew. Thane looked at each human with obvious disgust. So these are the creatures who contaminated my family, he said. These are the people who saved our lives, Lyra corrected, entering the bay with Kaya. Thane's expression changed when he saw his mate and her sister. He moved toward them but stopped when Lyra held up her hand. First you hear their story, Lyra said. Then you judge. I need no stories from inferior. They are not inferior, Kaya interrupted. Brother Thane, please listen. These humans did something no Zephyrian would do. What? They risked their own lives to save strangers. Complete strangers from another species. Thane looked skeptical. For what payment? What did they demand? Nothing, Lyra said. They asked for nothing. They gave their emergency food to me. They used their plant supplements to save Kaya's life. They broke their own regulations to help us. Impossible. All species want something. Jake stepped forward. War Commander Thane, we're not asking for anything now either. Your family is free to leave with you. We just wanted to help. Thane studied Jake with predator eyes. You are their leader? Yes. You gave the order to help my family? Yes. Why? Jake thought about how to answer. Because they needed help, and we could give it. That is all? That's all. Thane looked around at the other humans. And your crew followed this order, even though it put you at risk? We all agreed, Lisa said. It was the right thing to do. Right according to whom? According to basic decency, Amy said. Thane turned back to Lyra. You truly believe these humans are worth challenging me over? Yes, Lyra said without hesitation. Even if you lose? Even if it means banishment and death for all of them? Yes. Thane walked around the docking bay, examining the station's simple technology and basic facilities. This is not a wealthy place, he observed. No, Jake said. We're a small research outpost. We don't have much. Yet you shared what little you had. Yes. Thane stopped in front of Jake again. Human, do you know what happens if Lyra loses this challenge? She said you would destroy the station. Yes. And do you know what happens if she wins? No. Then you must accept my judgment about your species, good or bad. Jake looked at his crew, then at Lyra and Kaya. We accept. Thane nodded slowly. Very well. Lyra, you have invoked right of challenge. I accept. We fight in 1 hour. What are the rules? Jake asked. Simple, Thane said. We fight until one of us yields or dies. The winner's judgment becomes law. Lyra began removing her outer clothing, revealing fighting garments underneath. I am ready. Lyra, Thane said quietly. You know I do not want to hurt you. And I do not want to hurt you, she replied, but I will, if necessary, to protect these humans. Why? What makes them so special? Lyra looked at Jake and his crew. They showed me something I had never seen before. True selflessness. True nobility. They are what we claim to be, but rarely are. We are warriors. We are conquerors. We are strong. Yes, but they are good, and goodness is rarer than strength. Thane considered this. Then he drew his energy blades. 1 hour, my mate. Prepare yourself. As Thane left to prepare for the fight, Jake pulled Lyra aside. Is there anything we can do to help? Pray to whatever gods you believe in, Lyra said. And if I lose? Run. Run as far and as fast as you can. Warn Earth about what is coming. What do you mean? If Thane decides humans are a threat, he will not stop with this station. He will demand that Earth be conquered or destroyed. Jake felt ice in his stomach. How many ships does your empire have? Millions, Lyra said quietly. And they are all commanded by beings like Thane, brave, honorable by our standards, but convinced that only Zephyrians matter. And if you win, if I win, humans become pack friends, protected allies. Thane will have to convince the Empire Council that you deserve respect. Jake looked out at the 5 warships surrounding their tiny station. No pressure then, he said. Lyra smiled, showing her sharp teeth. None at all, human friend. None at all. The main hangar of Kepler Station had been cleared for the fight. Both human and Zephyrian crews watched from the observation galleries above. Jake had never imagined his small station would host something like this. Thane and Lyra faced each other in the center of the hangar floor. Both wore light armor and carried energy blades. The weapons hummed with deadly power. This is your last chance, Lyra, Thane said. Withdraw the challenge. Accept that these humans are inferior creatures who manipulated you. Look at them, Thane, Lyra replied, pointing to the humans in the gallery. Really look at them. Do they look like manipulators? Or do they look like people who are scared but trying to be brave? Thane glanced up at Jake and his crew. They look like prey animals, They look like people who saved two strangers at risk to themselves. They look like people worth protecting. We protect only our own kind. Maybe it's time to change that. Thane raised his energy blades. Then prove it. The fight began fast and brutal. Thane was bigger and stronger, just as Lyra had said. His blades moved like lightning, forcing Lyra back across the hangar floor. But Lyra was quicker. She dodged and weaved, striking at Thane's armor when she could. Sparks flew as the energy blades clashed. "You cannot win," Thane called out as he pressed his attack. "I have fought 100 battles." "I fight for something you do not understand," Lyra replied, spinning away from a deadly strike. Jake watched from above, his hands gripping the gallery rail. His crew stood silent beside him, all of them understanding that their lives hung on the outcome of this fight. Kaya stood with the Zephyrians from the rescue fleet. She was crying, but she called out encouragement to her sister. The fight continued for 20 minutes. Both combatants were getting tired, but Thane's superior strength was starting to show. Lyra had several cuts on her arms and legs. Thane had only minor scratches. "Yield," Thane commanded after landing a solid blow that sent Lyra stumbling. "I do not wish to kill you." "I will not yield," Lyra gasped, raising her blades again. "Not when innocent people will die." "They are not people. They are aliens. They are good," Lyra said firmly. "That makes them people." The fight resumed. Thane drove Lyra back against the hangar wall. One of her energy blades flickered and went out. She was left with only one weapon against his two. "It's over," Thane said, moving in for the final strike. But Lyra did something unexpected. Instead of defending, she dropped her remaining blade and spoke. "Thane, do you remember why you first loved me?" The big warrior stopped, his blades poised to strike. "What? Why did you choose me as your mate? Tell me." "Lyra, this is not—" "Tell me," she insisted, "in front of both our peoples. Why did you love me?" Thane lowered his weapons slightly. Because you had honor. Because you protected the weak. Because you stood up for what was right, even when it was difficult." "Yes," Lyra said softly. "I protected the weak, just like I am doing now. These humans are not weak. They are alien. They are weak compared to us. They have no energy weapons, no force shields, no warships, but they used what little they had to save us." Lyra stepped closer to her mate. "Thane, these humans did something I have never seen before in all my travels. They helped us because helping was the right thing to do. Not for reward, not for advantage, just because it was right. All species claim to help others." "No," Lyra said. "All species help their own kind. Some help allies for mutual benefit. But these humans helped complete strangers from another world. They risked their lives for us." Thane looked up at the humans in the gallery. Jake met his eyes steadily. "They look frightened," Thane observed. "Of course they are frightened," Lyra said. "They are facing beings who could destroy them with a thought. But they are still here. They did not run. They did not abandon us when you came. What does that prove? It proves they have courage, and honor, and loyalty." Lyra picked up her fallen energy blade, but she did not activate it. "Thane, I know, you are a good male. You protect our people. You serve the Empire with honor, but you have never learned what these humans know. What do they know that we do not? That goodness is not limited by species. That courage comes in many forms. That sometimes the greatest strength is being willing to help someone who cannot help you back." Thane was quiet for a long moment. Then he spoke to Jake. "Human leader, answer me truly. Why did you help my family?" Jake stood up in the gallery. "Because they were hurt and we could help them. That is all. That's all. You expected no reward. We expected nothing. And if I had arrived as a friend instead of an enemy, what would you have wanted then?" Jake thought about it. "To learn about your people, to share knowledge, maybe to trade stories and ideas. You would want to be our friends?" if you wanted to be ours. Thane turned to his own crew in the gallery. Sub-Commander Kale, what do you think of these humans? A younger Zephyrian officer stood up. They are weak, War Commander, but they are brave weak, like cubs who stand against predators to protect their littermates. And you, Engineer Vex? Another, Zephyrian answered. Their technology is primitive but well made. They build things to last. This shows good character. Thane looked at each of his officers. All of them gave similar answers. The humans were weak, but they were brave and good. Finally, Thane turned back to Lyra. My mate, you have shown me something today. What? That sometimes the weak can be stronger than the strong. That sometimes goodness matters more than power. Thane deactivated his energy blades and set them on the floor. I yield, he said clearly. The hangar erupted in surprised voices. Jake couldn't believe what he had heard. You yield? Lyra asked, equally surprised. Yes, you have proven your point. These humans are worth protecting. Lyra ran to her mate and embraced him. Thank you. No, thank you. You reminded me why I loved you. You still protect the weak and stand for what is right. Thane raised his voice so everyone could hear. By right of combat victory, I accept Lyra's judgment. These humans are declared pack friends of the Zephyrian Empire. They are under our protection and deserve our respect. Jake and his crew cheered. The Zephyrian officers looked surprised but accepting. Thane walked to the center of the hangar and spoke to both crews. Let it be recorded that on this day we met a species that taught us something new. They showed us that goodness exists beyond the boundaries of our own kind. They proved that honor and courage are not limited to Zephyrians. He looked up at Jake. Human leader, come down here. Jake made his way to the hangar floor, followed by his crew. Jake Harrison, Thane said formally. You and your people have shown us what we claim to be, but we're not. Truly selfless. Truly noble. Truly good. We're just people doing what people should do, Jake said. Exactly, Thane replied. This is what makes you special. You do good things because they are good, not because they are required or rewarded. Thane turned to Lyra. My mate, you were right to challenge me. I was seeing with old eyes. These humans have shown me new ways to see. Over the next few days, the relationship between the humans and Zephyrians grew into true friendship. Thane's officers learned about human culture and technology. Jake's crew learned about the vast galaxy beyond Earth. There are many species out here, Thane told Jake one evening. Some are friendly, some are hostile, some are just indifferent. But humans are different. How? You care about others. Really care. Not just your own kind. All kinds. This is rare in the galaxy. What happens now? Now I return to the Empire Council and tell them about humanity. I will recommend that Earth be offered alliance instead of conquest. Will they listen? Thane smiled, showing his sharp teeth. They will when I tell them what happened here. When I tell them that my own mate defeated me in combat to protect humans. And if they don't believe you? Then they will send investigators. And those investigators will learn what I learned. That humans are worth knowing, worth protecting, worth calling friends. Before the Zephyrian fleet left, Lyra had one final gift for the humans. I cannot sell my toy to you, she told Jake. You would not accept the payment. But I can give you something else. She handed Jake a data crystal. This contains designs for medical equipment, technology to help save lives. Use it well. We will, Jake promised. Lyra also left behind a communication device. Use this to call us if you are ever in danger. Any Zephyrian ship will come to help. Why? Because you are pack friends now, and pack friends protect each other. As the Zephyrian ships prepared to leave, Kaya hugged each of the humans. Thank you for saving my life, she whispered to Lisa. Thank you for showing us that aliens can be family too, Lisa replied. The last to leave was Thane. He shook Jake's hand in the human manner. Jake Harrison, you have changed more than you know. Word of what happened here will spread. Other species will hear about the humans who saved strangers without asking for reward. Is that good or bad? It is both. Good, because you will find friends among the stars. Bad, because you will also find enemies who fear what you represent. What do we represent? Change, hope, the idea that things can be better than they are. Thane paused at the docking bay door. Be ready, humans. The galaxy is about to learn about Earth, and once it does, nothing will ever be the same. 6 months. Later, Jake received the first message from Lyra. She had become an ambassador, working to establish formal relations between Earth and the Zephyrian Empire. Kaya was